Welcome back. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Pacific Speed YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed, please like and subscribe. If you're liking the content, let's get started. Today, what we're gonna do is get this thing to pass smog. So I did videos on this install for this Atomic EFI fuel injection or carbureted fuel injection on my El Camino. The reason I went with this is because this is the only one of these, because you know there's Tech, this one and the Sniper systems, but this is the only one that has a carb number. If you're not familiar with carb, it's California Air Resources Board, and for whatever reason we're special here in California, so we need special parts. I don't agree with all that, but that's the hoops you have to jump through in order to get your vehicle smogged, especially if you're going to go with some aftermarket stuff. Anything that's aftermarket to the vehicle, high flow air cleaners, exhaust, headers, just anything that is aftermarket performance, you know, oriented parts have to have a carb number, or when you go get it smogged, they won't pass it. You know, we won't talk about the guys that will pass it, but legally you cannot pass it unless it has that carb number, if it's something that modifies emissions or potentially modifies emissions. And the Atomic EFI is the only one that has a carb number, so you can put it on GM vehicles. And the crazy part is you could really put this on any 80s engine, but the carb number is only for GM vehicles, which is, I think, is garbage. So I did a whole install video on putting this in, very easy. Still got all the vacuum lines. See, there's my EGR, my evap still there, all my, you know, original valve covers, the original air cleaner, everything is installed the way it should be. The Thermactor's still there, everything is installed. Passing emissions wasn't the only reason why I installed this. Performance is really the reason why this was installed. Although the Quadrajet carburetor is a great carburetor when it's working properly, this one had the electronic Quadrajet carburetor that has that little solenoid that controls fuel mixture, and for the life of me I could just not get it right. I know there's specialty tools that I didn't have and I can't get in order to adjust that carburetor right, and I'm familiar with carburetors. I rebuilt a bunch of them. I have other cars that have carburetors. I just couldn't get that Quadrajet to run right. And here is that Quadrajet, and there is that electronic little valve that controls fuel mixture. Here's your bowl, you know, electronic choke, all these, you know, TP sensors right there, and the rest of it is just a conventional carburetor. But I cannot get this, well, I can't say that. I got this to run pretty good once. I saw some videos on YouTube and it tells you how to adjust the little pinto that's in there, and then their air bleed. There's a bunch of steps to get this to work right, and I did all those steps and it ran okay for a little bit, and then it just didn't. So I got tired of it and I said, well, if I'm gonna spend a bunch of money, I want to go modern, and that's when I installed that Atomic EFI. Drivability, everything, idle, power output has improved. Even when this thing was running correctly, this Quadrajet carb, that Atomic EFI has absolutely improved every aspect of the drivability of that car, which I really, really like. I do have an issue with the idle on cold starts, but since everything else works so good, I ignore it. I mean, in the morning, I go to start it, it'll idle up and then die, and then I start it again and it's absolutely fine. It's just weird. Haven't been able to work the kinks out of it. I'm sure if I keep messing with it, I'll get it, but it just, everything else runs so much better that I just ignore it. So if you were to open the hood on this El Camino, it looks absolutely bone stock. Everything's still connected. The only thing that tips you off that something has been changed is the Atomic EFI module that's right here. And what I did in order to get rid of my check engine light is I still have all the old components. Like here's my little solenoid. I still have the O2 sensor, the solenoid, the TP sensor. That's still all plugged in order to get that check engine light to clear. So when I go do the smog, it just looks like everything is still working. Now my smog guys saw it, but like I said, it has a carb number, so you can smog it with that stuff on there. But that is my stock ECM that is still connected, and here's the MSD stuff that controls that carburetor. These are my old, this is an old smog, but you can see the max like HC, CO, and NOx. Those are the max numbers that this thing can put out as far as emissions goes. And this was with my carburetor and that old cat that took a crap on me. So HC at 15, 15, 21 at 25 miles per hour. CO 43, 0.43 and 0.03. Same thing, 15 and 25. And then the NOx 179 and 138. So that's what the original components that when I first got the car, those were the numbers. So it ran clean from the get-go, but the performance wasn't always there. It just didn't perform as well as it does now with the Atomic. But check out the numbers with the Atomic. So this is today's smog. As you see, HC numbers are still the same as far as the max readings. Same thing with CO. Same thing with NOx. If you look at the old one, like I said, this wasn't last year. This was a few years ago, but the numbers haven't changed. Right? Still the same max numbers. But if you look, measured 13 at 15, 12 at 25, almost 0 CO on both of them. The only thing that worries me a little is this NOx. It went up from the last time, which is weird. I mean, it was 438 last time, a few years ago, and it was 608 this time. So that's something I have to look at because I would like to get those numbers down. But as you can see, it's running way better. And not just the emissions, the performance is way better. Idle's better. I think I've said it a few times on this video. Idle's better, accelerates better. It's just better. So was it worth the money that I spent on it? Yes, I really believe it was. And I got that thing at a swap meet. As you guys know, I go to the swap meet a lot on this channel. I paid $400 for that Atomic EFI, right? Brand new, they're like $1,300, so they are pretty pricey. And I did have to put an EFI tank and an EFI fuel pump from Holley. So all in all, I ended up spending about $1,000 and it was way worth it. Especially now that this thing just passes smog. I don't have to worry about it next time in 2 years when I gotta go smog it. I mean, hopefully they're smog exempt by then, but I doubt it. I live in California, you know how that goes. If you guys are out there thinking about putting the Atomic EFI on your G-body, it's absolutely worth it. They run so much better. And as you can see, they run cleaner. I don't know how much of that is the cat other than the Atomic, but it still has the same numbers as it did with the carburetor, which is good. That tells you how good that carburetor ran when I smogged it the last time. Thank you guys for joining me as a quick video on this one. Please like and subscribe if you're liking the content. See you guys at the swap meet. I'm always there. I always see a bunch of you guys there. Thank you for saying what's up. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.